Hello, once again, I'm brschultz. Thank you for joining me. For those of you who normally follow me on my S&P 500 forecasts and have seen how successful my models have been at calling strength and future peaks on a macro scale, I thought I would try a similar technique for cryptocurrency. And I've built my whole portfolio in the cryptocurrency world using this technique. A technique that I've used in previous videos for the S&P 500, specifically calling for the peak in markets on roughly March 7th, 2024. And it was very successful in calling the macro peak, I believe, at least calling a large scale melt up into that date. And so therefore I wanted to use the same technique if I could find it within some type of cryptocurrency. So I thought I would try my hand at forecasting a crypto, and then you can watch this video over time and see how well it does. If you followed my work, you know that it picks a point in time in the future, the distant future, and it predicts that that is where the optimal sell point will be, or the maximum strength in the forecasted ticker. So POND-USD or Marlin fits the criteria, and so I wanted to demonstrate for you why I believe it will peak in a very far away distant time frame. And yes, I own it. I've bought shares, or bought coins I should say, to try out my forecast, and this presentation is in no way, shape, or form any type of encouragement or statement to have the viewer purchase any of it. It is nothing of that sort. It is purely a forecast. I have no knowledge of what is behind Marlin or what it really is all about. I am just using the data. Those of you who followed me for a long time know that I just use data. I don't use anything else. And if you haven't watched my S&P 500 forecasts, you know you should, number one. And if you have watched them, you know that I only use data to predict distant futures and the distant future, and it has done a very, very good job in the first quarter of 2024, because in early January, the first week of January, the model has basically picked almost every major turning point in the S&P 500 in the first quarter so far. So that's over a course of 3 months, right? So basically, I want to try that with a cryptocurrency. And again, this is not any type of advertisement or any type of selling or sales pitch for Marlin. Again, I have no association with POND-USD or Marlin. I don't know what's in the product, so buyer beware. Please speak with a financial representative before purchasing anything. Again, my work is for education, forecast, and entertainment purposes. Thank you for joining me. Let's move on to the graphs. Those of you who watch my stock market episodes for the S&P 500, I produce a video, or try to produce one every week for a forecast for the S&P 500. Again, my work is forecast use only. I can't stress that enough. But essentially what we're seeing here is the same technique that I used in my videos to predict a major peak in markets around March 7th, 2024. Again, the 1, 2, 3 is all based off of historical data, right? So that's cemented back in history, and my work tries to prove that historical data, using these graphs, using this technique, can predict the future. So those of you who saw the markets yesterday and today know how powerful some of these predictions really can be, specifically this green wave. So basically what did I want to do? I wanted to take the same technique, the same green wave, and see if I could apply it on a macro scale for cryptocurrency. Again, my work is forecast use only. So any of you that have been paying attention to the S&P know that the S&P has been on a tear, and one of my first forecasts in January predicted that the highs could be retested around March 4th, 5th, 6th, or 7th. If you remember from the beginning, the very first video or second video in January, this was predicted for a peak in markets to occur around March 6th or 7th, based on historical data and graphs. So if you haven't watched that, please go back and watch it. If you hadn't subscribed to my channel, please do. And again, why do you want to donate to me? Why do you want to donate to my work? Because if you want to see this type of work continue on YouTube and things of that nature, and be free of charge, and don't want to see it disappear, then feel free and to donate to my work. That is really what I want to generate. Obviously, I want to encourage users to watch my work, but also to donate, right? That's the hard part for the video creator, is how do you get the viewers to be involved? So number one, obviously hit the share button or hit the like button. Please share my work. Please subscribe. And then number two, if you really enjoy my work, you really love it and really want to see more and more of it, please donate to my work, right? I want to build a point where I can do this full time, and people love my work so much that the donations basically create a type of salary, right? So I want to see if I can meet a New York hedge fund analyst salary who would create such a forecast for their hedge funds, right? I'm sure they make 100 grand or more with benefits. So that's my ultimate goal, and hopefully I want to achieve that by the year 2030 as well. So again, if you haven't seen the S&P 500, please go check it out. See what transpired from November all the way until March 7th. See how markets moved, and you'll see that they're at a blistering peak right now. So let's move on to Marlin, the POND-USD ticker. Can I use the same technique here to predict a monster peak in Marlin, or POND-USD? Let's check it out. So please feel free to use the QR code below the video or scan the QR codes here. And if you want to donate, I would appreciate it. If you want to buy me a cigar, Pepsi, Michael Jordan sweatshirt, hat, what have you, a new car, please feel free to use the QR codes here. It greatly encourages me, and also shows that what videos you enjoy the most. And then in Venmo and PayPal, you can leave a message in the comment section. If you want to say, hey, I really love the crypto, I want to see more crypto videos, then you know, a larger gift would obviously encourage that. Smaller gifts are always very, very nice to receive, to buy a Pepsi or whatever. So thank you for those, and thank you for all of you who have donated. But again, there are some bigger fish out there that probably want to see some of my work as it pertains to crypto. So if you want to see more videos like this, please donate and leave a comment again in the PayPal donation field or in the Venmo chat field. And again, you can use the link down below the video if you would rather do that. So let's move on to the Marlin POND-USD ticker. So those of you who use TradingView, that's what I use for a lot of graphing capabilities. And so the ticker symbol for Marlin is POND-USD. That's how I track it. And essentially, I want to build my whole portfolio over the next year to essentially only contain these types of stock picks or tickers, so to speak, that have this setup. You saw in the previous graph how the 1, 2, 3 created a future point in time where the stock price or the index value of the S&P 500 hit its all-time high at that exact point in the future, right? So essentially, I've taken this 60-minute model of the POND-USD ticker, and I restructured the date so there's no weekends. It's all just pure 7-day weeks and trading days, and threw this in my model, back tested it against a number of different tickers. And so I thought Marlin would be a great example of having a 1, 2, 3 out to roughly Memorial Day or June of 2025. So I believe Marlin or POND-USD, as you can see here on the screen, just about 3 cents. I do own coins. Yep. I built my whole portfolio off of similar coins that have the same format, same structure in the model. And again, if I get quite a following or donations really pour in, all saying that they want to see more crypto, then maybe I'll start doing a little bit more crypto too. But maybe you love the S&P 500 videos I create. Maybe you want to donate to that and say, hey, I love the S&P 500 videos. You know, you're doing a bang-up job, amazing, better than anyone I can find on the internet. And that's really what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to create a product that really pulls the viewers in, and they want to see more of it. It's highly respected. It's one of the best forecasts globally that even hedge funds can find anywhere. Hopefully it beats the majority of high-end, highly paid, qualified, licensed financial professionals. Hopefully it completely destroys all their models. Really, it's a battle of models, right? That's what it boils down to. Not really your licenses, not anything else. If you can create a model that can beat everyone else's, then you've really beaten the game, right? It doesn't matter how many licenses you have or don't have, or if you have a PhD or don't. If you can create a model that can beat everyone else's, then you've really got a huge edge, right? So that's the end game, right? I don't have any licenses. I simply have a bachelor's degree with a mathematics minor. I developed this strategy 20 years ago and built it 15 years ago, back in 2009, 2010. And just within the last 4 or 5 months, this green wave finally has synced in such a way that's extremely powerful, as we saw with the prediction of the markets hitting some type of macro peak, hypersonic peak in the S&P 500 on roughly March 7th. You can go back and see my S&P videos forecasting that back in January. So if you really enjoy this, yep, I'm going to hold on to my POND-USD. That's the plan right now that I have for myself, for my own personal use. And again, I'm not encouraging anyone to purchase POND-USD or anything like that. I'm simply trying to let you see a forecast in time that goes out past a year's time, right? This is going out to next summer, 2025. So it's 15 months away. That's predicting that Marlin or POND-USD will hit some type of monster macro peak. So I'm going to hold on to it for about 15 months is my plan, and I plan to sell it right around Memorial Day of 2025. Obviously, hopefully if things go to plan, then I can make more videos as we get closer to that point in time, and then try to really finesse it. But if it goes up really huge, obviously the exit won't matter so much if you're near the top, if it's a couple days here or there, right? At least hopefully it shouldn't. In crypto, I guess it can sometimes when things drop 20% in a day. But anyways, so the model, the 1, 2, 3 is measuring out to roughly Memorial Day of 2025 and predicting that there will be a monster peak in POND-USD or Marlin around that time frame, and that will be the macro peak, I believe, for this ticker. And that's when I plan to sell my shares. So it'll be interesting to see what its price is around Memorial Day of 2025 compared to the price tonight of 3 cents roughly. Thank you for joining me. Again, if you love my work, please subscribe. Please share my work. Word of mouth is one of the most powerful advertising tools I have. So please don't hold back. If you really think you know some other crypto heads around you might really enjoy a forecast and you're completely blown away by the model's ability with the S&P 500, then maybe you put this ticker on your watch list and watch it over the next 15 months and see what happens. And then maybe you'll go back to this video from the future, I guess, back to the future, right? Maybe you're 15 months in the future from when I created this video, and you're looking back and saying, I can't believe he predicted this macro peak. He predicted it back in early March of 2024. Maybe you're watching it on Memorial Day of 2025, and Marlin or POND-USD is up near, it's up above $1 or something, up near $1, above $1, or even higher, right? And you're blown away by the model's ability. So I will only purchase cryptocurrencies that have this setup, that have the green 1, 2 or 1, 2, 3 out this lower line. Essentially, the graph is flipped upside down when you're looking for peaks. So you want the trend to go to the lowest line, right? Because if you flip a graph upside down, the highest point is the lowest point, right? In that type of setting. So I want to find the trend to where it's going to pull all the pricing to the bottom of the graph out in the future, and that would be the macro peak. So again, it'll be interesting to see what happens. But I want to give a demo and see if maybe it sparks a huge donation inflow or whatnot. I want to throw out different ideas out there and obviously see what the market really wants. So again, I think my record for donations in 1 year, 12-month time frame, back in 2022 was just north of $60,000 in 1 year. And then I made a horrible video in May of 2023, and I swore to myself that I'm not making any more videos until I really produce some type of advancement in the model where I feel like it's beyond compare, and it can completely compete with the best in the world in forecasting markets. And so I think that's what I arrived at back in November, December. And so you're seeing the fruit of that labor today. So that's when I started making videos again, when I felt like I could create a product that I'd want to see. And I've never seen anything like this in my life. So hopefully I'm creating a video for you that's one of a kind. And hopefully over the next 15 months, you're blown away by the video that you're watching today, the 20 minutes that you've spent here. So thank you so much for watching. I'm brschultz. Please share my work if you would. Again, please subscribe. When we get to 3,400 subscribers, I will turn on comments below my video, and I'd love to see what you have to say. Obviously, there'll be a bunch of spam bots that will try to overtake the comments, as always happens, but I believe that the majority of 3,400 subscribers will be actual people and not bots. So that's why I want to create such a big number. Obviously, I want to create buzz too around my work, and obviously, I want to drive up donations too. With I believe the more I prove my models to the public, I believe that's what's really going to drive donations, because people don't want to see me leave. I will never do a paid subscription service, so don't think that I will. I am only interested in donations, so that's the cut and dry of it. Either I'll take this private and go off by my own. I'll never sell it to a large-scale company. I'll always work for myself in that regard. I'll never sell my product whatsoever. So I really believe that the crowdfunding is the answer in the 2020s. So hopefully you agree with me, and hopefully that's enough to spur some people to send in donations and to get involved and share my work, and always be intrigued and excited to see another video come out. So that's what I'm trying to create, a buzz around my work. So thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed the S&P 500 huge run up into March 7th. I've got the next macro peak already mapped out. Somebody said that I said it early in one of my videos, so I'm a little bummed about that, because I thought I was really doing a good job about hiding it and keeping it secret. But someone already said that they texted me today and said, hey, didn't you already say something about the future date? I said, oh, rats, you already figured out what I'm going to share. So if you seek and search through my old videos, I think you might find the future date I'm going to allude to after this next major market bottom. Then obviously I will share the macro peak after around March 21st or so. And I want to create a little intrigue too. So if you want to find out when the next macro peak is in S&P 500 after the March 21st bottom, please also feel free to donate. Show support if you would. It would encourage me, and makes my day when I get a donation and an email or whatever. So thank you so much. Until next time, I'm brschultz, and if you're watching this around Memorial Day 2025 and you find this work is highly unbelievably accurate and Marlin is rocketed to unbelievable heights, and you want to even donate in the future in 2025, that would mean the world to me too. If you want to send a large donation around Memorial Day 2025, if that's when you're watching this and you're like, man, you have blown the competition out of the water. Marlin's at a huge high, pricing high versus what you saw at 3 cents. That would mean the world to me too. So if there's some of you out there that want to send donations on Memorial Day 2025, if this happens to work out exceedingly well, then that would be a sweet surprise. So hopefully some of you are watching this out in the future, and this just doesn't fall by the wayside on the internet freeway. Thank you so much. I'm brschultz. Until next time, take care. So hopefully you've enjoyed my show today. Warning, this is all forecast use only. Come here. You want to read this for me? What does that say? Forecast?
Forecast
Use
only.
Only. Right. And what's this say?
Warning.
Disclaimer.
Disclaimer. I am not
A licensed investment professional. That's Latin. So say caveat emptor. Seek professional advice prior to investing. Investing bears risk of financial
loss.
Very good. And so basically this is saying if you ever try to invest in stocks or anything else, you could lose money. Warning, warning, warning. And all my graphs are subject to change. And not all the results are not always the same. Yeah. Thank you for reading for me.
You're welcome.
And that's it for today. I'm brschultz. Until next time, take care.